nice. MSO spec. Okay guys, welcome back to Six Cars. It's day 2 here in California. It's a pretty early start to the day. We've left LA for now. We're in the Orange County, Newport Beach to be exact. We're going to, I think it's a couple of cars and coffee events. I'm already looking across the street. I can already see some really cool cars in the parking lot. So I already know today is gonna be another banger. It's only gonna get better and better as the week goes on. So if you're not already subscribed, do it now, people. So pretty good start to the morning, I would say here, guys. You got the Agera RS Vader, a car we have seen on the channel before, but it never gets old. You can never get tired of seeing Koenigsegg Ageras. And this one is a really cool spec, I have to say. Full carbon fiber exposed, obviously. And down here, almost looks like carbon Kevlar with the finish on it, with all the accents. It's really quite interesting. And there are some little bits that are different from your standard Agera RS as well. You can see this whole back and here, and these little winglets over the trunk as well. Really interesting. One of the final Agera RSs that has been made. We have a look at the interior here with the doors open. Everything is quite extreme, and as I mentioned, you can see on the seat there, Koenigsegg Final Edition, so one of the last Agera RSs. But quite the wild finish on this car, it has to be said. And it's really cool to see the Koenigsegg dihedral doors as well being open there. Very unique to any other hypercar. I don't think that's an actual GT2 RS. That looks like maybe a turbo. You can see the little winglets on the roof there, reminiscent of the 992 GT3 RS. That's quite interesting. The whole back end's carbon fiber. It almost looks like a 911 turbo, maybe with the GT2 RS kit, which is really interesting. 458 behind me there. Do have some cars rolling out as well. The Huracan, the F8. Got a nice clean SF90 Spider. I'm not sure which wheels these are. Take a peek at it. Anarchy. That actually looks really good against the black too, especially with silver and yellow brakes. Got a nice 765 LT here with HREs on it. Got the Aventador S, and have a look at this Murcielago. I don't think it's a real SV, but it has the kit obviously, as you can see, and a very modified wing, but man, it looks so good. Never ever get sick of seeing Murcielagos. That one's really cool. And of course, we've got the Agera over there we already saw. We do have some more Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and it looks like there's a nice row of RS GT3s as well. And so as I pointed out before, we've got a few 992 GT3 RSs here as well. This one obviously looks incredibly race prep with all the tire rating and the stickers. And have a look at the gold one over here. I'm not even sure which color this is, but there is an Aventador we've seen in Toronto, which is a pretty similar looking color. I'm not sure if they paint the sample Lamborghini color or not, but this one sort of also looks like the Turbo S exclusive series, but it's almost got like a bronzy finish to this gold. It's really cool. Obviously, I've never seen a 992 GT3RS in that color before. And oh, we've got a 296 Spider behind us, and we have another 992 GT3RS over here as well, which I absolutely love this spec. I think it suits the car so well, especially with the blue wheels absolutely popping. Again, it's this sort of like silvery white, I would call it. Quite interesting. And yeah, we have another Cybertruck there. Why not? Might as well show that too. But this RS spec for me is definitely a real winner. Three-wheeling, nice. Okay, event number 2 here of Saturday. We've got Jason and crew in front of us. We're rolling into the South OC Cars and Coffee. I think there should be a pretty mixed bag of stuff here, so it should be pretty cool. We already know the R34 and the GT4RS from the channel. So yeah, this won't be the regular batch of hypercars that we're used to at Car Week. It's going to be a real mixed variety, which is kind of the motto of the channel. So I'm looking forward to what we're going to see in the parking lot here. All right, guys, this meet is absolutely packed. We already saw some muscle cars rolling in. Obviously, it's a good JDM. Look at the VIP style Lexuses. That is pretty cool and something I wasn't expecting to see. while we were out here. There's a ton of supercars as well, so not sure how much I'm gonna be able to film because it's absolutely swamped here, but we're going to get everything we can. Nice blue SVJ here on green brakes. I think we saw this McLaren before at the last meet, which I think I did call it a 765 before. It might just be a kit actually, now that I'm looking at it. I think it might actually be a 720S, but there is some cool stuff in the next row here that I do want to check out. There's a pretty funky looking wrap for you guys. The flip paint hologram, I guess you want to call it, on the Aventador. That's a little different to your standard satin or matte wraps. That's kind of interesting. And we'll work our way through some more aisles. Obviously some good looking Porsches here. See a lot of cool classics as well. Of course, we saw some of the muscle cars driving in, so you already know there's going to be some weird quirky things here too. I mean, have a look at this Baja Volkswagen Beetle. This looks like something that you'd probably be driving in Forza Horizon 5, I would say, which we're only like an hour away from the Mexican border actually, so it's kind of fitting. But you can see how jacked up it is compared to your regular Beetle. Obviously, this is a full off-road, like dirt style dune buggy. That is really interesting. Now, Lord only knows what this thing could possibly be. It's basically a rolling chassis with a massive wing on it. I can't even begin to try and guess what the original car is, but it's on 5-piece Workmeisters, which is nice. And it looks like some heavy duty shocks up front. That is one of the craziest things I have seen at any car meet. Now, this I'm 99.9% sure is the newly unveiled Ferrari 355 Resto mod. I think the company's called Evoluto or Evo Auto, something like that. It's on the headrest here in the seats. Yeah, Evoluto is the company, but yeah, essentially a Resto mod 355, basically what Singer does with 911s, but these guys did it with 355. So very anti-purist, or something that Ferrari would not like probably, but I think it looks absolutely fantastic. The 355 is one of my personal favorite Ferraris too. So the fact that somebody's actually resto modding this and bringing it up to more modern standards and just improving essentially every aspect of the car while keeping its original design is phenomenal. I mean, I don't know how well you guys can see in the interior there, but the gated 6-speed manual looks pristine. Obviously the seats, the steering wheel, the gauges, everything is brand new, but it keeps a pretty like timeless look, I would say. So it's very tastefully done. We can see the DDE lineup over here as well. We've got the Senna, we've got the Huracan Super Trofeo. It looks like there's an STO back there too, so let's continue down the line. So yeah, not a bad lineup here. Obviously, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Daily Driven Exotics Senna. The Huracan Super Trofeo parked in the public parking lot is pretty nice. We've got the almost like darker than British Racing green STO. I'll flip around to the side here. Not even sure exactly what the color code is. Again, it looks a little bit darker, a little more like foresty, I guess you could say, than the standard British Racing green. Over here, we have my personal favorite, the LFA. And I want to shift over here. So I'm just trying to wrestle through the crowds here so I can get whatever I can. But this green SLR Roadster, I believe, is the new MSO spec. So recently you could send it back to McLaren. Obviously they built the car in collaboration with Mercedes, and they would add some new touch to the car. So you're getting some new lightweight wheels. This carbon fiber lip at the front is new as well, and I believe this is obviously a respray. I don't think this was a color that was offered on the SLR from factory when they were new. So to see this is really cool. I don't think I've actually seen an MSO SLR before, excluding of course the HDK that we saw back at the Canadian Auto Show. But this is pretty special, guys. It's something I was not expecting to see here. Point out a couple of the nice classic muscle cars here too. Of course, the Mustang Boss 302, pretty iconic, but this color is really interesting. It looks like almost a mint green. I don't know if it's factory or not, but I've never seen one in that color before. So that's a pretty nice little find. And then behind this little crowd here, a purple Challenger RT convertible. I don't know how many convertibles there are. I know it is quite rare to see one of these in the drop top version though. So that is really very nice to see. Well, although you guys can't see it right now, I am wearing the Patina Research Group B Rally shirt. So obviously I have to show a homologated rally special, the Escort RS Cosworth. One of the coolest Fords ever made, bar none. It's not even close. So to see one of these here at this meet is very special. There's a ton of cool cars I was not expecting to see here. On the white OZ Racing wheels too, it just pops so well against that iconic blue. So that is a real treat and something I always love to see. Okay, I'm showing this particular R35 GTR to you guys because obviously it's quite modified, but the kit on is what's really caught my attention. It looks to be all top secret parts aside from the APR wing on the back. But if you guys aren't familiar with Top Secret, just look up Smokey Nagata and all of his antics from the 90s and early 2000s with all the crazy skylines and all the JDM cars he builds to just absolutely rip on the highway like 300 kilometers an hour back in Japan. Is a pretty legendary tuner. So again, if you don't know Smokey Nagata and Top Secret, go check him out now because he builds awesome cars like this R35 GTR. And I can only imagine with all of his tuning expertise, there's probably a lot of work done under the hood too. And it's putting out a lot of power. This is a car I absolutely love. Of course, the Esprit V8 Turbo. This generation in general is fantastic, but in particular the 25th anniversary edition, because I do prefer these circular taillights as opposed to the rectangular ones you'd see on most of this generation of Esprit. So this 25th anniversary in particular is my favorite. It was right towards the end of the life cycle for the Esprit as well. So this is something that I absolutely love seeing and something that is just so rare. Okay, you guys can see the two clean, the R34 and the E36, but the truck is about to go crazy up there. He's doing burnouts.
Guys, we have a lineup of cars, but the truck is what we're looking at. Oh my God.
Oh! With that, guys, we just pull up to Lamborghini and McLaren Newport Beach to come and check out what's on display here. And we've got a brand new Revuelto. It looks like it's being delivered. It's on Michigan manufacturer plates. And this is the first one I've seen out in the wild, actually. So what do you guys think of the Aventador successor? Okay, I do have to make this quick because we are in the middle of the road here, but you guys can get a front look at this Revuelto. It looks like Nardo gray, orange accents. It's a pretty interesting looking car, I think. It will take a while to grow on me, I think, but I'm still more of an Aventador guy myself personally. But I think this Revuelto design is pretty cool, and I appreciate the fact that they are trying something different. So I just want to show you guys this Countach that's in the corner as well. I'm not even sure the exact color code, but it is sort of like a goldish brown and it looks fantastic. I have not seen a new Countach in this color before. What also stands out to me is this sort of brownish interior. I've only ever seen black. We've seen a few of these cars in Montreal. We saw one back in Tokyo as well. And I don't think any of them had this brown interior. So that's a nice little touch. And personally, I think they did a great job bringing the Countach back. It has all the same lines as the classic one, and you can obviously tell it's an homage to the original Countach, so that looks great, especially in that color. And I just want to show you guys this track-focused car here. If you don't know what it is, this is a BAC mono, so probably the most extreme out of all of these. I guess you call them track-only sports cars. Between this, things like the KTM Crossbow, but I think the mono is probably my favorite, and then this red and white Marlboro livery as well. Absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, single seater, the interior is pretty bare bones. You basically just get a steering wheel and a harness. It's a full-blown race car, so probably the most fun you can have with a car you can just pick up from a dealership showroom floor is this BAC mono. You can see I love all of these exposed suspension linkage as well, the Öhlins springs and dampers. Just looks fantastic. Absolutely extreme car. And there is another one behind me as well. We're going to take a look at that one too. Some really interesting stuff in this corner of the dealership as well. We've got the gold Ultimate Roadster, so of course the final Aventador, the final version of it, and quite possibly the best looking as well. We saw the new Revuelto outside, so the successor to the Aventador, and here is exactly what is replacing the final Aventador. And personally I prefer this new exhaust over the old school style of the first gen Aventador, which had the one block coming out of the back. I do like this dual exit here, and we have a red and black sheer on Pure Sport. This looks pretty similar to one that we saw back at Car Week last year. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the exact same car, to be honest, but you can never really get tired of seeing any sheer on, especially a Pure Sport, since it is a limited edition. You can see obviously get the more track focused air with the back, and the front fascia is different as well. And the complete opposite here is the Huracan Strazzo in matte orange. So you go from the track version with the asphalt to the rally version of the Lamborghini. And right here, I also want to point out, we saw the mono over there in the Marlboro livery. This one is the Mono R, so slightly upgraded compared to the standard one. Obviously, you can see you get this huge like rocket style intake on the side, which is not on the standard mono. This is only on the Mono R. And a shout out to this purple carbon fiber as well. Looks great under the light. But again, always a great treat when you get to come into Lamborghini Newport Beach and see some really impressive cars. Okay, a bit of a tight squeeze in here, but I did want to show you guys a full carbon-bodied McLaren P1. So I don't think it's one of the original 5 carbon series, but what's cool is you can send the car back to McLaren and they replace all the body panels with full carbon fiber. And this one hasn't gone for any color paint. It's just completely raw, completely exposed standard carbon fiber. It's really nice. And just upstairs, this one is an actual carbon series P1. So I was saying before, they're one of 5 originals, cars that weren't sent back to the factory, but were originally delivered with the carbon fiber body. So that is one of the 5. And then just underneath it is a re-carbon fibered P1. So that's awesome. We've got the Miami Vice style white Testarossa. And as we go over here, we've got the Super America, very limited, obviously V12 GT Ferrari. Behind it, this is a fantastic spec on this Aventador Ultimate. It's, I think it might be like Verde Scandal. It's like a bit of green and a bit of yellow in that paint color. It's really nice. And speaking of interesting colors, this one is a matte silver SLR, car that I've never seen in matte anything before. And of course, earlier in the day, we saw that MSO SLR Roadster. So pretty good day if you like SLRs on the channel. This is a great looking MSO 765 LT. The roof snorkel is a massive plus. I absolutely love seeing that on any McLaren, really. That's an option. That is an absolute must for me if you're getting an extreme McLaren. We have a white 918 back there as well. And I wouldn't usually point out yours Performantes, but the purple is quite nice. And of course, I also want to show behind it sort of a matching purple Aventador SVJ Roadster. We've got the Huracan Sterato back there. And here we have 2 highly spec'd MSO 750s. This is like half red, half black. It sort of fades in between different lights. It's absolutely phenomenal looking. We also have a mint green 750S, a color I've never seen on any McLaren before ever. So great specs hanging out here upstairs at McLaren Newport Beach. Hey guys, we're just leaving Lamborghini McLaren Newport Beach. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Just want to give a massive shout out to Travis and the team here. If you guys are in the OC or anywhere in Southern California for that matter, and you want a supercar or a hypercar, Lamborghini McLaren Newport Beach, that is the place to go to. If you want a Koenigsegg, Pininfarina, anything like that, go and see these guys. They will take care of you, I guarantee it. The best dealership in California. Without further ado, jump back onto the road and continue our supercar, hypercar tour through Southern California. Okay guys, yesterday at this Beverly Wilshire Hotel, we had the 2 Chirons, which of course we'll be seeing more of throughout the week. And now we have a white Veyron Vitesse, which is just a perfect spec. It's been around in this area for quite a long time, and it's very nice to see it in person here at the Wilshire. All right, we're gonna wrap the day up here back with the Chiron Pure Sport. A little bit of a photo shoot. There's Drive with Roy in shotgun. There goes Scott. No more passenger princess. That's pretty much a wrap, guys. Finished light painting this year on Pure Sport. I think that is it for us for the night. So I'll flip the camera around and sign off, and we'll jump straight into day 3 after that. Well guys, as you saw, the Chiron pulled away and we're just walking out of the Beverly Wilshire. Another crazy busy day full of cars. Tomorrow is going to be absolutely insane. There's a wild meet. It's going to be filled with hypercars, and it's going to be our last stop before we head up to Monterey and officially commence Monterey Car Week. So signing off here with, obviously, Drive with Roy right there. Let's go, guys. Tomorrow it's going to be a banger, but thanks as always for tuning in. I'll remind you again, if you didn't at the start of the video, subscribe, like, comment, and share. We will see you next time on 6 Cars.